dude, I was like, and then the picture, I was like, holy shit, this guy hit the jackpot with this.
He didn't really get those newspapers.
Oh, I know.
Okay.
I know. And in the end, finding that out, this has changed my entire view, because this whole thing, he would have had nothing. His footage is literally those 2 clips.
This is his house.
Are nothing.
This is
and it's his
house.
own house. What the hell? Mm-hmm. It's crazy. That's
is his
insane.
House.
Who's that guy?
He never flew anywhere. This is his house. The Greg is an actor. He created the 2012 video. He's been building up this bullshit for nearly a decade. And
look, even
so
if
that was his own stuff. That was his own shit.
He made the hotel
everything.
Video. When he says how awesome the hotel video is, he's blowing himself. That's what he's doing. This is all him. This is all he's been building this up for a decade, and he's putting it out there as real. If you want to say it's like a Blair Witch, we know all that stuff later was,
and that would
we
be
knew
fine,
we were watching. He's even trying to get in our world of aliens, and he's making fake Phoenix Lights movies. That Phoenix Light movie suckered me too. He's supposed to be dead. An alien zombie is supposed to kill this guy, and he's still around. So what say you, Rob? Should we vote for him to be in the SOS Hall of Fame?
It sounds like someone, he deserves it. If he doesn't go in there now, he's going to end up in there eventually, because he's just doing these things one after another.
That's
it's
a good
Phoenix
point.
Lights,
That's a good point.
and then it's this, and there's 2 more of these as well.
We have to go through things like this to find out his name. The credits for this movie list 1 actor in this Blackwell Ghost, and that actor is Ruth Blackwell. This fictional ghost is the only credited actor in this whole thing.
Yeah, well, we left off that fact that at the very end, the whole thing is that at the very end, the last shot, within those last moments where the ball magically appears on the well, the camera swoops by, and there's this very brief image of a I guess you could call it like a white body-shaped thing in the room. A white
human-shaped thing is seen in the very last video as he is running out of there when he's saying, "Oh my God, holy crap, holy crap!"
They do a whole stop scene, and then they show a clip of him he was in the room earlier, and there's nothing in the room that looks like this, and then they play it again in slow motion, and they're like, "But we got it, we caught it." And in the end, you're like, "What the fuck what even is that?" It's nothing.
It's terrible. So. We're not, of course, deciding this now, but go to UnbelieversPodcast.com and you can vote. Does Taylor Clay, is that his name, right? His last name is Clay, right?
Host. Does host
Turner. Isn't his name Turner Clay, not Taylor?
It's Turner. Oh my God, I have no
I'm
idea.
sorry.
It's
Apologies,
Turner.
Unbeliever Taylor. Does Turner Clay belong in the SOS Hall of Fame? Go to UnbelieversPodcast.com and answer that. And I just want to say, before we get out of here, look, anyone involved in the paranormal and ghost hunting communities, you gotta rally against stuff like this. You guys are doing really good stuff, and we have people close to us who are in this field to do these things. You gotta stand up for shit like this, because this is making you guys look like assholes. Okay, it's making you look like assholes. So if you're gonna do stuff like this, you gotta call out guys like this. You gotta rise above this. Let's get out of here now.
Coward, ride the pole. Rise above, we're gonna rise above. They distort what we say. Rise above, we're gonna rise above. Rise above,
Alright, that's not over. And hopefully he does do it in the SOS Hall of Fame, because there are 2 sequels and plus like a bonus footage video that available about this. This guy's making money hand over fist over these things.
Okay. Yeah, if that's the case. See, here's the thing. I didn't realize he was making money, but then I forgot the fact that you guys watched him over a certain streaming service that I didn't think was all that popular. I guess they're making money. Enough.
And there are 2 other full things on this, and I just watched a trailer of them. And please let's get this guy in the SOS Hall of Fame. So, or unless we'll have to start doing parts 2 and 3. Yeah. Oh, we'll do a part 2 if you say
For
no.
those haters out there who think this is fake, I'll stop you right there.
See, he sounds like fucking Joshua P. Warren. He sounds like him.
He sounds a lot like him. And I want to talk about something. Let's forget about this guy. And on Halloween, Drea, so you got to do live tarot readings in a bar on Halloween night, and you got to do a practice night, but I want to hear how these tarot readings went on Halloween night. What happened? What kind of clients did you have?
Well, I'll start off with saying I didn't actually get the practice night. It didn't happen. I was actually not available for the practice night, so I just kind of went in blind. It went really, really, really well. Like, way better than I ever thought. I thought it was going to be me sitting at this table with, like, maybe one person kind of showing interest and then not really. But as soon as I set down, like, the sign and the cloth, I didn't even get to get my cards out. And people were already like, oh, you're doing readings? I'm like, yeah, hold on for a second. And I was setting up, trying to take, like, a picture to send to a friend. And somebody was already sat down in front of that. I'm like, okay, cool. Give me literally 10 seconds. And it went super great. It was nonstop for like 2 hours, over 2 hours.
Okay,
like
so I
back
asked,
to back.
What was the ratio? Did you have more guys or ladies asking for tarot reads?
That's
from
a good
the
question.
pictures you sent me, I want to say you had a lot of guys coming up, right?
Those were just the pictures that were taken by my friend who happened to be there. That I didn't know she was taking those pictures. But no, it was pretty evenly set. There were a lot of the first few people were girls, women. Let's see. It was like 1, 2. The first 3 were women, and then 3 dudes, and then a girl, and then another dude. Yeah, it was really evenly set.
Well, that's cool.
It went really well.
I'm glad. And man, you got a lot of practice doing this. And yeah, we got to do some more of that. We got to play into this a little more. I love that. Like, you're getting so good at this. What was it? You don't have to reveal who the person is, but of all the cards you had to pull that night, what was like the weirdest revelation you had to give to a stranger?
Oh my God. Well, and like, luckily, obviously, there's no way that this girl's ever gonna know about this happening, so I have no problem saying this. Yes. But she was like this very bubbly, happy person. And she's the person who first noticed as I was like, when I flung out my cloth, and she was like, oh my God, are you doing cards? I'm like, yeah, hold on a second. And she came over finally. She ended up being like the 5th person. And she was so happy thrown in a well. So bubbly. No, not even. She was so bubbly and so happy. And I was like, okay, so do you have a particular question? Because that really helps. You know, if I have a question, I can hone in on things. And she was like, no, just a general reading. I'm like, all right, well, you know, as a precaution, if it's a general reading, you know, my responses might be vague because I have no context to like work with. But as I pulled the cards, I was like, oh. And then the second card, oh, geez. And then the third card, like, oh my God. I looked up at her. I was like, girl, are you okay? Like, are you okay? Like, this does not look.
Oh my God.
It was bad. It was really like so much emotional turmoil. And like when it comes to, you know, like the heart and everything, I was like, are you okay? It was really like dark. And she was like,
did she like break down in front of you?
Not right then. No, she laughed and she was like, yeah, I'm fine. I'm like, okay, well, let me, you know, get into why I'm asking this. And so I got into it. It was the 3 of Swords reversed, and then it was like the 9 of Swords upright, and like really not good shit. But her end result ended up being, it didn't look good, but they were reversed. So it's like, look, everything's going to be fine if you stop saying, I'm not going to go all the way into her entire reading, but, you know, just, you know, don't turn away from people who are trying to help you out in this tough time. And like, did something bad happen with you emotionally in your relationship? Was there like a weird love triangle that went sour? Like that kind of shit. And like, as I was going through it, I saw her face just turn not dark, but just not as happy, you know, like her face kind of fell and she was just kind of staring at the cards. And afterwards she asked if she could take a picture of the spread. And I'm like, well, it must have meant something to her if she wanted to take a picture later. So,
yeah, and that girl, she flew in, and her name, Terry. It was Terry. It's the girl from this thing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad I don't remember her name.
Cops.
Yeah, Terry, just take care of yourself.
She called the cops. She called the cops, but no one showed up because the guy called back. Said, "No, I'm not beating her. It's fine."
They didn't say, "Okay, Terry."
I would kick the shit out of that.
And say, "Okay, Terry, it's fine. We're coming over."
Yeah,
Nothing like
fine,
that.
Terry, I'm gonna kick the shit out of that.
But yeah, I would say that was the most momentous kind of moment. A little bit redundant, but yeah, that was when I expected the least amount of context. I thought it was going to be the most vague reading, and yet it was actually the most on point and the most accurate.
Well, I think it's really cool that you can get out there and you're actually doing this, and we it's part of the show, and we get to hear your progression as
a little bit
as as the card puller from Uranus.
Prancer and Vixen, Comet and Cupid and Donder and Blitzen. But do you recall, what's that? The most famous reindeer of all. Come on! Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose. And if you ever saw it, you would even say it glows.
Man, what's really going on? Look, I'll tell you what's going on. Drea, Halloween is over. Get out of the way. It's Christmas.
No.
Christmas is coming.
Okay.
But you know what that means? It's time again for the third annual Secret Schneider Unbelievers gift exchange. And this time, Drea, you're going to take the lead and run this, right?
Yes, I am. It needs to continue. You know, I know you're busy and everything, but yeah, I can do it.
Damn, the elves are running the show while Santa's busy this year.
We don't need no elves. No, we've got unbelievable power behind us. We don't need no fucking elves.
All right, and if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, the Secret Schneider Unbelievers gift exchange is just that. It's a gift exchange for unbelievers. We'll set a minimum at just $15, but we're going to ask you to email unbelieversanta@gmail.com. That's unbelieversanta@gmail.com. And you just say you want to be part of the gift exchange. You send your address, and there's some things we want to know, so your giftee will know what to send you or what you're into. We're gonna ask for things like, I don't know, what's your favorite cryptid or aliens or Bigfoot, stuff like T-shirt size, all that stuff. What kind of snacks do you like? The Unbelievers Gifts Exchange is great. We've been doing this. We did this 2 years in a row. It's always a blast. We are definitely, all three of us will, of course, be involved, and we're going to ask other bigger names, maybe some of the former hosts to be in, but we would love it if you guys would sign up. Let's just get it in there. Drea, who else is going to be giving you, like, Bigfoot socks or, like, alien T-shirts to open on Christmas Day? Anybody?
Yeah, no, nobody, dude. Last time, I mean, that's what you can count on from your fellows here. Your fellow listeners. They're into the same shit that you are. You're going to get something really good. Like, even if you get $15 worth of really small things, like you're going to love it.
Yeah, that's just a minimum. And almost everyone I've seen out there, of course, there's no pressure to go higher, but I've seen some people go all out and do just some great stuff. It's a great time to be creative, do something unique. If you find out somebody's into something, so many talented unbelievers. I've seen AC $sign make custom calendars for people that are just insane.
Oh, that was good.
It's just fun to have a lot of fun with this. And, think about the kind of stuff you would want to get. And you can actually do it with this. And we're going to do it again. Like I said, unbelieversanta@gmail.com. We're going to be posting this on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and everything.
On that note, please, if you haven't already, if you're not part of the Unbelievable Podcast Network on Facebook, it does make it a lot easier just to kind of, it's a really great community that's going on there. It's really strong. And, there's so many posts. So if you're not on there yet, it's kind of the only reason I'm on Facebook to begin with, like, at all, to be honest.
Yeah, we don't plug it enough. We definitely don't plug it enough.
True.
That's the spot to go.
It's a very active spot. But hey, I understand a lot of people, man, the heck with Zuckerberg. We ain't doing Facebook, but that's fine. If you want to do it on Instagram, we're going to be posting it there. You can message us the show's account if you got any questions. Or if you got any questions, just send them to unbelieversanta@gmail.com. We have it on Twitter. We'll talk with you guys wherever. But we're going to set a deadline, though, all right? The deadline is going to be November 29th to sign up because we need to get those matches out there.
Russ, let's just make it November 30th. There's only one more day in November.
All right. You pushing it. You're running it this year. This is your show. I'm just an elf. This is Drea's Santa year, and she's going with it. So November 30th, just get that in and get on. Let's have a great Christmas. It's so fun when I see people posting all the cool stuff they get. There's not a lot of people. We're all kind of into the same stuff, and we're kind of in an island in our lives. If you're listening to this show, you're into a certain thing, and hook up with someone secretly who gonna get you and is in the same
secretly
stuff.
Hook up with somebody. Absolutely.
Yeah. Hey, you're putting up stuff. You're getting so much cool stuff in return. This is just for fun, and you got any questions? Just send them Drea's way. UnbelieversPodcast@gmail.com. Right, Drea?
Oh, yeah, that. And again, anywhere. Instagram, my Twitter, @UnbelieverDrea on Twitter, Unbelievable Podcast on Instagram. Wherever you can get to us, do it there. But of course, it'd be a lot easier if y'all just use unbelievablesanta@gmail.com.
Merry Christmas.
You go down